Lockdown is gone, not COVID-19. These were the words of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He advised people to stay at home. He also advised people that the war against Corona, COVID-19 has not been won. And he also said that look at the fate of nations like the United States of America, where people became careless and hence the second surge is taking place, both in Europe and Americas. I think in all this, Prime Minister could have been slightly more forceful because India is going to see a lot of festivals in the next 40 to 50 days. We'll have Diwali, we will have Dussehra, we will have Navratri. There are a couple of other festivals which are also going to take place. And we have seen that what happened in two biggest states. Now, Kerala was supposed to be a state which was a shining example of management of COVID-19. And we know what happened because of Onam. And the spike of COVID-19 shot through the roof, and now Kerala is dealing with a second surge. We know what has happened in Mumbai because of the Ganesh festival, and suddenly Maharashtra, which was trying its best to grapple with this pandemic in the metropolis, has again lost the game and is again trying to control it. Now the issue is what is going to happen in cities like Kolkata or cities like Delhi or other big cities like Bhopal, Lucknow, Patna and Jaipur during the I think there is a bit of psychology to it. Prime Minister came under a lot of criticism when the 21-day lockdown was implemented. Prime Minister was strict. He felt that if this 21-day lockdown is implemented properly, that then India will win the war against COVID-19. But, well, COVID-19 is not a science. People don't have idea even today how it's going to be prevented. Even vaccines are in developmental mode. Nothing much happened, but it had an impact, and the impact was on the migrant laborers. He came under intense criticism from the opposition parties. And I think it is for this reason, he advised people, but was not categorical in saying that please don't go out, please do not participate in big religious ceremonies, please don't come out in procession. And I think it's also because that our politics has become so polarized that if you say that, well, don't go to a temple right now, please be more patient and cautious, people would say, well, you can go to a bar, you can go to a restaurant, but you have problem going to temple. So issue which is of medical in nature, which is about your body, acquires a Hindu-Muslim proportionality, it acquires a different tenor. So I think keeping all that in mind, my take is Prime Minister should have been more forceful in terms of people coming out for political and religious congregation, but I think he did not do it for one simple reason, because he had been attacked by opposition parties. Or even on the issue of politics, people would have said, well, this is very anti-democratic. Prime Minister wants to use COVID-19 to enhance his grip on power. So primarily that these are two running important criticisms against Prime Minister by the opposition. He did not, he sounded slightly, I would say, soft, not himself, where he can be very steadfast on something, some issues, and he can hammer home that point. That hammering home of the point did not take place. That is why this message was short, though Prime Minister could have spoken at length about it. So, well, I would say that the war against COVID-19 has not been won. It's a welcome message on part of the Prime Minister, but Prime Minister should have been more firm, and India should not see religious gathering from the prism of Hindu versus Muslims. I think it's time to do away with this politics and understand that the COVID-19 does not differentiate between caste and religion. It will take down the whole economy, and I think there is some sort of a political consensus which is required, that you cannot criticize one section of leadership again and again on the simple basis that the decisions are going to be tough. So if it's going to have an impact on business, you can't pulverize an establishment on this issue, lest he feels that next time I take an important and tough decision, I'm going to get pulverized, so let people do their own things. So I think we require a consensus. In war times, countries work on consensus. COVID is a wartime issue. India lacks political consensus on it. That is why we are also suffering because of it. I think we should not thump our chest saying that, we have witnessed a very low surge in past 2 or 3 days. It has taken a very bad turn in Italy, France and other countries. So I think Prime Minister should be more forceful, and he should try creating a political consensus on it, because if there is no political consensus on it, we will lose the war against COVID-19. This is Karthikeya Sharma signing off for WION.